Oh, wait, okay. Okay, here we go. Oh. Okay, my fucking mic was off for a minute because I was letting you guys get settled in. But yeah, basically, Riley Dennis has this new video out. What does being offended even mean? And I saw like a minute and 50 seconds of it. And I wasn't going to stream anything today because I was going to. That's why you're not seeing my face right now, because my hair is a fucking mess, and I wasn't going to stream. And I was like, fuck it, I'll just turn the camera off and just talk about why this video is stupid. Like I said, I've only gotten like a minute and 50 seconds into it. But it's bad. It's not. It's really stupid. Riley Dennis doesn't know what being offended means, or at least in terms of like he adheres to the like. At first, the video sounds like it's going to be completely impartial. Like it's going to be completely centered in the center and rational and reasonable. But no, well, let's just watch. Just watch and see what the fuck I'm talking about. Just watch.
So today I want to talk about what it means to be offended. Because depending where you are on the political spectrum, when you hear this word, there's a good chance you think of people on the left being offended. Possibly.
Yeah. Because that's what you motherfuckers normally are. Like, at least that's how it is nowadays. Especially since Trump became president. Y'all have been losing your fucking minds. You just don't know how to calm down just a little bit.
By things you find trivial or nonsensical. And there's a reason so many people have this association with the word offended. It's
because of all your fucking actions. That's why. It's not it's not really even a stereotype. I mean, it is to an extent, but we're talking about far leftists, like far leftists. You know, like when someone says social justice warrior, you know what the fuck they're talking about. When someone says liberal, like, that could be anything. That could be, like, anyone, like, everyone, even someone on the Republican side. Like, everyone has, like, at least one liberal view on something, okay? So, you know, like, that could mean anything. Like, it usually means, it just usually means, like, a little, like kind of the opposite of the right. But it's the opposite of the right of those values, but it's not crazy. Like there's people there's liberals, there's people in the middle, there's the right, and then on the left there's the far left, and on the right there's the far right. Like there's a ledge you have to fall off to become like Riley Dennis is what I'm saying.
Because people on the right, for a long time, have been using it to insult people on the left. So much so that its meaning as a way to insult liberals and leftists has kind of seeped into the mainstream. But it's not just people on the left who can be offended.
Yeah, no fucking shit. No one said the people on the right couldn't be offended. It's the way... The fuck? It's the way you are fucking offended. That's what we're talking about. That's why people used to call you social justice warriors. That's why now they call you NPCs. It's the way you go about things. It's the way you conduct yourselves. It's not just being offended by itself. That's always been the fucking problem with people on the far right. That they just don't understand why people don't like them.
I mean, I'm pretty thoroughly leftist, and there's a strong argument to...
You see, even fucking refers to himself as a leftist, which is like, if you want to make yourself look good, say liberal. Because liberal is not, like, there's liberal and there's conservative. And those aren't necessarily radical. Neither of those are radical. You gotta be far off the fucking ledge to be considered a leftist, and you gotta be far off the fucking ledge to be considered far right. And that's how that fucking works. It's like, I think he considers leftist to be just fucking liberal. Because of course he does. Of course. He thinks it's all one and the fucking same.
be made that lots and lots of people are offended by my videos. So what does it really mean to be offended? Some people use it to mean they don't like something. Others use it to mean they find something harmful or dangerous. And others use it just to mean that they're upset by something. It has different definitions that mostly seem to change depending on your politics. Leftists who say that offends me often mean that is dangerous and will cause a lot of harm. But right-wing folks and some centrists likely hear that simply as, I don't like that. And those
no, you got that totally fucking backwards. No. See, already he's like setting up like this thing where, oh, people on the right, you know, they're just assholes, and people on the left are like, we're the good guys, we're trying to help. Like, no, like the reason people don't like you is because you see being offended is just like putting 100 on 10 and just thinking everything is dangerous and needs to be stopped. Everything that you don't like is dangerous to you. That's why people put more of a spotlight on you. Like, yeah, of course there's people on the right who treat shit as like, oh, that's dangerous or whatever, but like it's like the fucking Starbucks cup thing. Like, I think they tried to, I think there was some fucking protest to get it. Like, they wanted the cups to say Merry Christmas instead of Happy Holidays or whatever the fuck. But compare that to getting people fired from shit because of their politics, or like stirring up tweets from 20 years, like from 10, 20 years ago. I mean, well, that's right. Mike Cernovich did that. My bad. See, that's one example of someone on the right who acts like someone on the fucking left. But yeah, that's neither here. But like, what I'm saying is, oh shit, my hand itches. What leftists do, like any mild inconvenience is always a threat to society. It's a threat to our very way of life. We got to stomp it out. Otherwise we're gonna like he already thinks that like that Donald Trump is trying to erase trans people, which isn't fucking true. Like the motherfuckers and stuff. They think, oh well, we can't legally register to be this gender. So that means he's trying to erase us all. But, like, that's not what that means. It just means, unfortunately, you can't register to be that gender because, that's a whole nother fucking video. It's not that I'm making it or anything, but that's a whole video in itself. But, like, thinking that is going to completely, like, yeah, we won't be able to transition anymore. We're going to be beaten and thrown into gulags and shit. That's, like, it's that they take one idea and then they keep dwelling on it and dwelling on it and dwelling on it until it becomes something completely different. Like, this idea just mutates into something 10 times worse than what it is. And that's why people call you a leftist. That's why people pay attention more to you being offended, than the right being offended. Because when the right gets offended, like, yeah, they fucking, oh, Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas, ooh, and it doesn't, and at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking do anything. I think, like, there are some real fucking threats on the right and shit, like the fucking, the Westboro Baptist Church, and, yeah, the KKK is still, like, floating around somewhere. I'm just, like, in the alt-right and all that, like, I'm talking about the far right, not conservatives. There's a fucking difference. But, like, yeah, there's plenty of people on the far right who do fucked up shit, but the ones who are really making an impact with it are people on the left side, unfortunately. And the shit on the right that gets the most attention is what, like I said, Starbucks cups, and I've seen people get fucking mad over that drag show that animated drag show that's on Netflix. It's dumb, but are they gonna try to get the show taken off the air? No, they're gonna take to YouTube. They're gonna make fucking videos complaining about it, and they're gonna call it a day. They're gonna call it it's the leftists trying to get at these kids, man. They're trying to brainwash these kids, which is bullshit, because it's made very clear that the show is an adult show. Just getting off that. Let's continue with this video because I'm blabbing.
Those Those are very different meanings that can lead to two people having a conversation that goes nowhere because they aren't properly communicating to each other. Every time one of them says something, the other one hears it in a different way. But the truth is, everyone is offended by something. I don't think there's anyone who's so pleased with the way the world is and with everyone in it that they would never be offended by anyone or anything. Leftists are offended by actions that are being taken to restrict the rights of queer people. People on the right are offended by the existence of queer people. They
You see what I'm saying? It just flew. Everything. Common sense just flies right the fuck over Riley's head. You see what I'm saying? It's just like the snide us versus them. Like, oh, they're evil because they don't want us to. This is what you're basically reaffirming people's prejudices about you, about what they think about leftists. Well, which is like you're not a liberal. You're a leftist. Let's be real. There is no prejudice. Like, where you are is just the way you are. There is no prejudice against leftists. There's prejudice against liberals. There's a difference. But what I'm saying is, it's just, this is, you're reaffirming people's fucking, the way, how people have already decided how you act. You're reaffirming that. See, the people on the right, they just want us dead. They just want us dead. They want us to die. And that's the problem. That's why people do not like you. They don't like people on the far right either who say, like, the existence of interracial fucking relationships is going to kill off the white man. Nobody likes that shit. People always call that shit out. No one accepts that.
just don't call it being offended. Even if you don't think you never get offended, you're probably offended by people who are easily offended. Every time I've called right-wing people offended for something that they were clearly offended over, I get the same, 3 cookie-cutter replies right back. No, I'm not offended. I just don't like that. I just have a problem with it. I just think it's dumb. Something like that. But those are all just different ways of saying that you're offended by something. You it in a different way, but at the end of the day, you're still offended. People put that...
I think they're referring to the magnitude of which you are. Oh God, I think they're talking about the magnitude of the offense. Yeah, technically they are fucking offended. That's basically the baseline of how they're feeling, offended by the fact that by your fucking idiocy. Right now, I'm offended by your fucking idiocy. I was offended when you compared black people to peasants. I was offended then. And I will never deny that. But see, the problem is, we're offended by, the people who are offended by your videos are actually offended by what you are saying. And they're taking what you are saying at face value. But then when someone else says something that's completely meaningless, that you should take it at face value, you find some you made a fucking video about how it's okay to be white was a racist dog whistle. How you couldn't even take it at face value. You kept trying to find this racist undertone that wasn't fucking there. People any rational person, liberal, conservative, whoever. Anyone on far this is the demographic. It's okay to be white. Take that phrase for instance. Here are the demographics that would not be offended by that phrase. Liberals, conservatives, even fucking alt-right, far-right people and centrists would not fucking find that offensive. But then you find it, but you are the type of person who would find it fucking offensive. That white people would even dare to fucking exist and take pride in who they are. That's why people classify you as that's the thing. That the fact that you are easily offended, not the fact that you are just offended. You fucking idiots. Oh.
Label on me all the time saying that I'm offended by X, Y, and Z when I've never said that I am. I've just said that I don't like.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Let's rewind it a little bit.
in it that they would never be offended by anyone or anything. Leftists are offended by actions that are being taken to restrict the rights of queer people. People on the right are offended by the existence of queer people. They just don't go away, but at the end of the day, you're still offended. People put that label on me all the time, saying that I'm offended by X, Y, and Z when I've never said that I am.
Alright, so which is it then? Are you offended by shit or aren't you? Why the fuck you contradicted yourself? Like, it only took you a minute to contradict yourself. Probably not even in a minute. It might have been like 30 to 45 seconds that you contradicted your own fucking argument, you idiot. Like, what? I'm not offended by it. Like, trying to keep up this veneer of, I'm cool like the centrists and the conservative people. I'm not offended by them, but then, like, but I am offended that you evil right-wingers don't want us to die and go to camps and shit. Oh god. Like, it's like you're just so fucking backwards. Why can't you just fucking think for once?
Just said that I don't like it or that I have a problem with it. For some reason, I'm offended and they are not. Sure. But really, being offended doesn't inherently mean you're in the wrong or the right. Because for almost everything that happens in the world, somebody is offended by it. And sometimes they're right to be offended by it, and sometimes they're not.
Alright, now watch him, because I agree with that, but watch him completely fuck it up. Watch it. I haven't seen anything past the 1 minute 50 second mark. But I already know that he's gonna fuck it up any second now.
We have the rights we have today because the people who came before us were offended by the lack of rights they had and they fought to improve that situation. But on the other hand, sometimes people get offended by stuff because they're hateful or misinformed. If I say I'm a lesbian and that offends you, tough shit. Because that's me. You may be offended by my identity, but I'm allowed to be who I am. The fact that you're offended doesn't mean that anything about me has to change. It just means you need to work on not being offended by my identity. And likewise, if I tell you to vaccinate your kids and get your flu shot, and by the way, please vaccinate your kids and get your flu shot, that's going to offend anti-vaxxers, the people who believe that vaccines are harmful even though literally all of the evidence is stacked against them. They're offended not because something in the world is truly doing harm, but because they're misinformed. And that's what I mean by being
Yeah, and as we all know, everyone on her side is completely well-informed about everything all the time, and everyone completely opposite of her, like, centrists, right-wingers, like, it doesn't even matter. Centrists, right-wingers, far, alt-left, like, alt-right, it doesn't matter. Everyone not thinking the exact way he does is completely bigoted and completely ill-informed and not, and their offense to his bullshit is not valid whatsoever. Because remember the time that Riley said that having sexual and, like, romantic preferences were transphobic, and he was pushing this really rapey rhetoric, and how he got defensive, had nerve to be fucking defensive and offended by the mere presumption that he could be peddling harmful rhetoric to his young fan base. Remember that? Do you remember that? Do you remember that shit? Because I do. Lesbians were all up his ass. as they should have been. Because, like, that's just, like, and he, of course, he was disingenuous as shit. No, that's not what I said. I'm saying it the nice way. Like, when I say that you need to just put your lesbianism away and suck a hard dick, you know, like, I'm not saying it that way. I'm saying it that you should put your societal, what society has forced upon you aside and examine why you feel that you need to be a lesbian. Like, okay, like, who knows? Riley is probably 100% means well. And probably didn't mean to sound rapey, but the problem is he fucking did. But yeah, because he's the type of person that tailors his views to how he's living at the present time. He doesn't research shit. He just lives his life and is like, you know what? Everyone needs to live like this because I feel good living like this. So what I need to start preaching to people about how they should live because I'm enjoying myself living like this. And that's his thing. That's what he does. Essentially. That's his whole shtick. He really doesn't give a shit about actual social justice. It's just like, please do what I want you to do. Like, it's a power thing. It has nothing to do with wanting the world to be better. It's like, I live a good life. This is how it works for me. So this is what you have to do. But anyway, let's continue.
Offended doesn't automatically make you wrong or right. Sometimes it's good and compassionate to be offended because you don't want harm to come to you or others. Other times it's just hatred or misinformation that causes people to be offended over nothing. So that's the weird thing about,
you know, like how you hate cis lesbians for and how you're completely ill-informed about how other lesbians have to live, and how you keep pushing this bullshit because, you know, pushing the bullshit you do is because you have no understanding outside your little bubble. But whatever.
the phrase being offended. It has several different meanings, everyone feels it, but lots of people think they don't, and it says nothing about whether you're wrong or right or even why you're upset. All of that together is basically why
Holy shit. You know what, hold on. I want to look at the chat, because I haven't, it's been a while. I'm over here ranting and fucking just blubbering like an asshole, so let me look at the chat. Gottendamer. Yeah, okay, I think that's a Swedish name. But how does it feel having an alt-right fan? I'm very scary. Hey, look. I don't care. As long as you're not hurting people. That's all I fucking care about. Like, as long as you are not hurting people. You can have the views you have. Like, I may not agree with them, whatever. But like, as long as if you're not hurting people, I don't give a shit. You're not your friend NPC. Jesus, Riley's still running her mouth. Yeah, basically. Countess Rose says their goal is to destroy opposing argument, and so the left thinks everyone is out to get them like they are out to get everyone else. Violent paranoia only sees violence. That pretty much sums up all of that shit. XX Earthbull says I'm bisexual and conservative. Am I a paradox? Yeah, apparently, yeah. Riley thinks you couldn't possibly exist. Like, those two things, bisexual, like something LGBT plus conservative, can't exist in the same. It can't exist in the same fucking space ever for some reason. Now, let me go down. Sleepy Doodle says, "Hey, lady, I'm always late." Well, you know, like, you can always go back to the stream later. Like, I'm not gonna delete it. Like, so there's some people who stream they'll stream and they'll fucking delete the damn thing later and put it on some other channel. God, that annoys me. And Vigor the Sloth says, I'm a lesbian, and if you disagree, then you're offended. Therefore, wrong. Also, don't offend me, because that's wrong. Yeah. Swan of the Sun says, how was your day, Jay Longbone? It was fine. My father made, like, this kind of chili, and he puts, like, these gross beans in there, and I fucking hate it. I have to pick them out every time he makes it, but it was still good though. And that was like the worst of it today. But I've been like been taking my hair out all day because I have to redo it. You know, so that's been kind of a pill. But yeah, I've been doing pretty good. I just like the language, like arguing. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm done with the chat for now. God damn it. Let's get back to this fucking video. We're halfway through. We're gonna get, well, a little more than halfway through. We're gonna get through this.
I don't say that I'm offended, ever. I'm sure I have in the past at some point, but for the lots of people think they don't, and it says nothing about whether you're wrong or right or even why you're upset. All of
But of course, you're not going to apply that to yourself ever.
that together is basically why I don't say that I'm offended, ever. I'm sure
I don't see, like, that's always his fucking tactic. I won't say it out loud. So if I don't say it out loud, I didn't say it. Like, I call myself an activist. I don't like Trump supporters because they support Trump, who is, of course, a white supremacist, fascist, racist piece of shit. But I'm not saying, like, I hate them. I'm just saying, like, I hate this person, and whoever is associated with this person, I also hate. But I'm not saying it out loud. I'm just implying, and implying isn't saying, according to this vapid click-clack.
I have in the past at some point, but for the last, I don't know, couple years or so, I've made a conscious effort not to say I'm offended.
No, you just make fucking videos, clearly showing that you are offended. But like I said, at least he doesn't say it out loud. That's what matters.
The exception is...
And I love how, like, okay, when right-wingers deny that they're offended, and don't say that they're offended, apparently they're still offended. Like, even, like, without saying it, they're still offended, but then when you don't say it, you're not offended. It's like, are you retarded? Are you fucking retarded? Oh my god. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it, I don't know. Like, he was always fucking retarded. Riley was always retarded, but I think, I don't know what it is. Like, something has made him worse over the past couple of years.
When I'm joking, I feel like I use it sarcastically a lot. The fact that you don't like pineapple on pizza offends me. But when I'm being serious...
He's so hashtag relatable. He doesn't like pineapple on pizza, guys. He's totally a human like you or me.
Instead, I say something that more directly gets at how I'm feeling and hopefully conveys my message more effectively and can't be misconstrued. So I'll say that something is harmful or hurtful, or that it furthers oppression or marginalization.
That means you're fucking offended, you asshole. You just fucking defined being offended as seeing something as harmful. You dumb shit. Let's look at the definition of offended. For 1 second. Being offended is being resentful or annoyed, typically as a result of a perceived insult. She sounded slightly offended, upset, insulted, affronted, aggrieved, displeased, hurt, wounded, disgruntled, put out, annoyed, angry, cross, exasperated, indignant, irritated, piqued, vexed, irked, stung, galled, nettled, resentful, in a huff, huffy, in a high dudgeon. The fuck? But yeah, basically, so when you call out oppression, the oppression of trans people, or whatever, you're not offended by that shit. You're just like, it's just the oppression of trans people. Like, you're basically telling me because of something that I already knew about you, is that you're full of shit and you don't care about these issues. Because how are you not offended by something that's obviously fucking offensive? The mistreatment of anyone, like bigotry towards anyone, is fucking offensive. So you're telling me you're not offended by that? You're not affected by that? And that this channel is just you sleepwalking through life? And it's just a way to get money out of people to support your extravagant fucking lifestyle in Australia? Are you finally admitting it? 'Cause that's what it sounds like to me. Either that, or you actually are fucking offended, and you just need to nut up and fucking admit it. You don't like being on even keel with anybody who doesn't think like you do, and that's your fucking problem. You have an inferiority complex. God forbid you should be anywhere similar to anyone who's a centrist or on the right, far right, whatever. Well, not far right, but anyone like who's a centrist or on the right. God forbid you should have the same emotions as those people. you horse-complexioned bastard.
or that it's racist or homophobic, whatever particular thing I don't like. I try to basically explain why I don't like it. I try to focus on its impact and what it will do to people. And like, we shouldn't have to do this. We should be able to say that we're offended and explain why and have people listen to us. But often in conversations or arguments, people will shut down if you say that you're offended, simply because it's become such a buzzword with an implied meaning of being irrational.
No, you're irrational because you act fucking irrational. You say things that are irrational. Like when you say, immigrant children are being stripped away from their mother, like their fucking parents and shit. Number one, some of those kids are being trafficked in. That's number one. And number two, if the parents don't commit the crime, like actually that's a fact for anywhere. If you don't commit a crime, your children won't be taken the fuck away from you. It's simple ABCs. Because if you're a single parent, like picture it like this. If you're a single parent and you're like, damn, I need some money. And I'm gonna go rob a bank. And not only that, that's not just the kicker. Like the kicker is the thing, like the real thing that the real kicker out of the whole thing is like I'm sorry guys for babbling, but not only am I gonna rob a bank, I'm gonna bring my kid there. I'm gonna bring my kid to the scene of this crime because that's fucking intelligent, that's smart, and hope everything goes well. But no, you get caught by the cops and then they take your fucking kid away from you because you can't be in a jail cell with your child. They don't allow that because you kind of can't allow children around criminals, especially in places where there might be sex traffickers. Now, so when you just simplify an issue that's got more nuance, and you make it seem like it's more than it is, and you put 100 on 10. You're being irrational and no one's going to fucking listen to you. Especially when it's something they have to hear every fucking day from every other irrational asshole. They're not going to listen to you. When there's no light between when there's no light between every thought in your head, when there's no space, there's no room for any kind of, like I said, nuance or new information, no one's gonna fucking listen to you. Like people are like, why should I? You're not fucking listening. You're not gonna even entertain the fact that someone might have something that you could learn from. That's why no one takes you seriously. And like, let's be real here. Like every time someone's asked you, like, hey, you want to debate this? You want to talk about this issue? You've shut them down because you're a fucking pussy. So don't start talking about, I'm not easily offended. You avoid people just so you can keep from being offended because you're that scared of people. You asshat.
It sucks that we've lost a word that could convey how we felt about harmful stuff, but I just personally don't ever find it useful anymore. In every instance where I could say I'm offended, there's a better way for me to say that. A way that will actually have people listen to me instead of shutting down. And if you're trying to have a conversation with someone and convince them that something is bad, you want them to be open to listening to you.
But you don't even try to have conversations with people who think differently from you. You even said it on fucking You Now. That you don't, no, I'm not fucking debating with people who want to kill me. Like, you literally fucking said that. I don't want to debate with people who don't think I should exist. Like, you literally said that. And on that basis alone, no one wants to talk to you either. Because you're a pussy-ass bitch who thinks everyone with a dissenting opinion is trying to hurt you. Come on. Think critically for once in your life. Put two and two together.
A little bit of advice to you is to drop that word from your vocabulary. It hasn't solved all of my issues with communicating ideas to people, obviously, but I do think it's helped. And you're by no means obligated to do this. If you want to say that you're offended, go for it. I'll support you in that. But this is just one little thing that I thought I might share with you in case you want to use it. Obviously, not all arguments are had for the sole purpose of convincing the other person in the most effective way possible. Sometimes you're just angry or sad or hurt, and that's okay. This is just an option I'm laying out for you in case you want it. So yeah, offended isn't a very very useful word anymore. And now, right-wing folks are doing a similar thing to triggered, which is a real, genuine term in psychology that refers to things that cause a person to relive.
Really? Are we really drumming up the word, like drumming up drama on the word triggered again? That shit. That word is so 2015. Jesus Christ, you're really bringing that up again? Actually, it's not 2015, more like 2013. Like, holy shit, get over it. Like, I still use triggered because I do think it's still funny. But, like, getting mad over it is, like, just pointless. What do you get mad over it for? It's a fucking word. And when you act like a jackass over mundane shit, yeah, you're triggered. I'm sorry. Like, getting mad at Starbucks cups, you're triggered. Getting mad because a white Republican happens to be president, you're fucking triggered. Sorry.
Some form of trauma. Triggers are a very serious thing, and now that word is being co-opted by the right to have the same useless derogatory meaning.
No, it isn't. People use the word trigger to make fun of you because y'all co-opted that word and made light of it. Because that's what people fucking do. It's what, just like how people at one point were calling themselves shitlords, because y'all were saying it. They take it, they snatch it from you, and they turn it to something to use against you. Because honestly, people need to. It's a way to cope with how much of a fuck ass you are. But yeah, triggered, I still think that's funny, to be honest. I still use triggered on occasion, not all the time. I still like to use butthurt, perturbed, what's the other one? Batshit. Those are mostly my go-tos. But yeah, triggered still has a place in my heart. Like, it does. And I love how, like basically you're offended by the use of the word triggered because it has this deeper connotation, and it's meant to be used for serious disorders and shit. So basically, once again, you are offended. But of course you won't admit it because you're so ashamed. Because I feel like Riley is secretly ashamed of who he is and and of how irrational he is, but because of his giant ego, he also can't let go of it. Like, he's deeply ashamed of being an SJW, an NPC, whatever you want to call it, but at the same time, his ego, like, he's still got that leftist fucking ego where he doesn't want to give up moral superiority. So it's a conundrum.
As offended. And with that catching on in the mainstream, it makes it harder for people to discuss their legitimate psychological triggers without being mocked. Like, I know language evolves and changes constantly, and in the long run, it's useless to try and stop.
No, you don't. You don't know that, because do I need to direct people back to your "It's Okay to Be White" video? Do I need to do that? You don't know that language, like, your stance on language is pretty fucking clear. That the one bad meaning is the only meaning that any fucking word can have. When someone tries to turn something into a positive, you're like, no, but it still has, a racist guy said it once, so it's bad, so it's racist. That's your way of thinking. Don't try to look all accepting and rational and free thinking now. There's no point. People can look at your channel and find out you're full of shit.
But it still sucks to see the right wing so effectively move their derogatory language into the mainstream. And I think it's important that we...
Don't be fucking mad that even regular people are now calling you out. Yeah, that's what it's about. This is what this is about. Even regular people who aren't right wing are starting to call you out on your bullshit. People are sick. I mean, it's been happening for a while, but people are sick of your bullshit. And that's what it is. Like, stop being so because like I said before, all of Riley's videos are based on some shit that happened in his life. So basically, someone in his real life called him a triggered snowflake asshole piece of shit, whatever. And now he made a video talking about, and someone like pointed out the fact that, oh, you're so easily offended. You're such a fucking triggered snowflake. And he probably made, now he fired up his camera and was like, you know what? What does being offended really mean? I'm not offended. You're offended, you right winger. And I think it just terrifies him to know that his days are numbered. Like this way of thinking is not going to be fucking tolerated after a while. You're gonna have to hang it up. hang it up.
Fight back on it to some degree. If you care about protecting those with psychological triggers that force them to relive past trauma, don't say triggered when you mean offended.
No, I'm still gonna keep using triggered because, like I said, there was a slew of people on the leftist side, social justice warrior side, whatever, who were using triggered derogatorily when they didn't fuck. But they're basically pretending like because they were offended by shit means that they obviously have some kind of disorder like anxiety problems or whatever. They were co-opting it and like basically playing pretend with that word. So then everyone else who isn't a fucking social justice warrior snatched it and then used it against them. That's the history behind triggered. And that's basically it. But like I said, you're so fucking sheltered, of course you wouldn't know that.
A bunch of other ways you could say that phrase, and we could shape language to evolve in a different, better way. Because I know that language never stays static, but we can at least nudge it along a kinder path. Anyway, that's all I had for you today. If you'd like to support the production of future videos like these, and also be my favorite person ever, you can...
Keep in mind that, just recently, like, Riley went to the Barrier Reef with his fleshlight. I mean, with his girlfriend. And like, if anyone from Riley's channel is watching this, is that, that's what your money is going towards, right? It's not going to, like, he comes out with like a video every couple weeks. He's not using that money for production quality or even to live. Like, they've got more than enough fucking money already. Especially if it's that easy for them to move around and jet set across the fucking country. Like I said, that money is not going towards living. It's going towards having fun. Alright, since that's fucking over, let's look at the chat right quick. Gotterdammer. Oh my god, I'm not good with any German sounding name, but Gotterdammerung. God damn it. Triggered was a medical term for PTSD patients. These children co-opted that to mean offended. Yeah, that's basically what it was. And then everyone else co-opted that to make fun of them, to give it right back to them. And of course, they got in turn they got triggered. Swan of the Sun says the other side isn't allowed to control language like me. Yeah. Alright, can you guys hear me now? Because some people said, like, the audio went out. Because a couple people said the audio went out. So can you guys hear me right now? Okay. I don't know why Riley went out. That's fucking different. Okay. But I hear some people in the chats who want me to react to some queer kid stuff. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Okay, wait, hang on a second. Oh, fuck. It's, you know what? I feel sorry for some of these people. Because it's like, when you look up their shit, 90% of it is people reacting to how crappy their shit is. I mean, it makes me happy and sad at the same time. Queer kid stuff. You are enough. You're queer kid stuff. Oh my god. I hate that I know that fucking theme song. Alrighty. Oh my god. Meet a Queer Kid featuring that fucking drag kid. Okay, wait, hang on a second. I just want to look at the first, like, 6 or so videos. What's a Spectrum featuring Ace? No, they call me they. You know what? Let's do the Meet a Queer Kid video first.
Hey there, friends. Welcome to Queer Kid Stuff. I'm Teddy, and I'm hosting today. Whee!
Queer kid stuff. You are enough here at Queer Kid Stuff.
Hello. Today is an extra special day. I'm in charge today, and I have a super, super special guest coming in for the first.
Oh no, Teddy's in charge today. Does that mean he has 2 hands up his ass? Teddy he skeeves me out. You remember? I think I don't know. Like I got some new people subscribed to me. Over the past like week, a lot of people have subscribed to me. So I don't know if everyone knows this, but like if you go to one of my streams, I talk about one of the queer kids videos, and I kind of like crack the fuck up because it's. Oh god! In one shot, you can clearly see a leather-gloved man who I presume is a man, holding Teddy, and like puppeteering Teddy, and it's so fucking creepy. It's like it looks like he's a sex trafficked teddy bear. It's so bad. It's so creepy. Oh, all right. Let's go.
Ever meet a queer kid extra special episode of Queer Kid Stuff. I can't wait any longer. Hi, Desmond. Hi. Everyone, this is my new friend, Desmond. Desmond is amazing.
Okay, can we talk about the fucking fact that this kid has penciled in eyebrows? That disturbs me the most out of like I mean not the most, but like that hit me. Cuz clearly this kid, I think he's 11. Clearly this 11-year-old is fucking wearing makeup, which is already a huge no-no. But now he's got no eyebrows and his eyebrows are drawn on and his hair is dyed. Just so many no-nos. Like, just setting aside the drag shit for a minute, but like he's already like this is a big no-no. As a parent, like what you're doing, like you're dyeing the kid's hair, you shaved off his fucking eyebrows, and you're putting makeup on him. Like girl, boy, gay, whatever. Like you're not supposed to put makeup on your fucking kid. At least not until they get to a certain age. What are you doing? Like he's 11, but he looks like he's fucking 7. Oh, okay, let's go.
Really? That's their real name? Hi. How you doing? Good. Do you have a good day today? Yeah. First question. What are your pronouns and how do you identify? My pronouns are he, him, and I identify as a boy. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do. I'm an LGBT activist/advocate, a drag kid.
I don't like the fact that this kid is already identifying as a fucking activist at 11. You know how much shit is on his shoulders from that? Like, when you put that label on yourself? Like, some of the motherfuckers, some of the adults who call themselves activists can't even hold that on their shoulders. They can't even live up to that shit. Like, imagine putting that on a fucking kid, because you know the parents are like, say what you want about, oh no, we are encouraging him to be who he is. But half the time, you know damn well, these parents, like, these are kids who are, I'm not going to say neglected, but the parents probably work a lot, either one of those, or two, they have a boy and they don't like having a boy because boys are rambunctious, and like a lot of the people who encourage this shit are, I hate to sound like that kind of person, but they're those kind of lazy ass, so yeah, social justice warrior, semi-social justice warrior, millennial parents, and they're lazy as shit. They're the kind of parents who want to be their kid's friend and would rather they rather them agree with them instead of dealing with a tantrum. So what they do is they just fucking completely give in to shit like this without even thinking about it. Yeah, that's one side, but then there's the other side where like the parent is just like not around. Like they're the same kind of parent, the same like they're the same kind of like millennial parent. And the only way the kid can actually get close to the parent is by liking what they like. So they'll be like, okay, mom, like she watches RuPaul Drag Race and she really seems to enjoy it. Why don't I watch it with her and act like I'm enjoying it so we can actually fucking connect and be together? And then they take it a little step further, like, yeah, mom, can I wear a tutu or some shit? Or can I like put on rouge? Can I put on your heels? It's a way of them connecting with these distant fucking parents. They're distant in either one way or the other. Like I said, either they work a lot or they don't, because you never see this shit with girls. You notice that shit? All of these famous really young drag kids or trans kids or whatever, they're always boys. Like feminized boys, almost fucking always. And I think we all know why. Because, like I said, a lot of these parents are like those lazy ass social justice warrior parents. And they don't know how to handle boys. Because boys are a little more active. They're a little more active and a little more rambunctious than girls. So what they do is they feminize them and they bring them down to a girl level, something manageable. Because they think girls are more manageable than boys, or more docile than boys. So they bring them down to that level so they'll become manageable. Or either that, or like the parent is just so fucking. It's like that stereotype that the straight parents want their kids to be straight, and they kind of shoot down every like little bit of individuality. It's the exact opposite here. They shoot down any bit of individuality, but anything they see is boring or just like milk toast. I know you're a boy, but can't you wear pink? I wanted a girl. Put on a fucking dress and shit like that. Like, there's probably a couple of these kids who do it because they really enjoy it. But from what I'm seeing, like, recently, from what I've been seeing with some of these motherfuckers, it seems like, okay, we all know who's really pushing this shit. Because, like, there was one video. I'll get back to watching this video, but I just want to talk about this real quick. There was one video where the mother was raising this trans girl, apparently. Like, I think the kid's, like, was fucking 9 or 10. And I think she's a single mother. So already you know, like, her time is being taken up more by work than anything else. But there was one little scene, right? Where she's talking to the daughter, the daughter, quotation marks. And the other kid, one of the other normal kids walks up to her and is like, "Mommy, and then the mother completely shuts her down and like dismisses her, like, "Nah, go over there and play. I'm talking to the special child." Like, she doesn't say that, but you could tell by the demeanor, this kid's getting all the attention now because she had a lot of kids. Like, she had like at least like 3 or 4 kids, single mom, and now she's getting all. As you know, not all these kids are gonna get all the attention they want. So to get the mother's attention, maybe, just maybe the kid pretended to be trans in order to get the mother's attention, maybe. Just a theory. But if you think the kids won't fucking do that shit, you're delusional. Like, come on. Kids do crazy shit to get parental attention all the fucking time. They'll do crazy shit. If they feel neglected, they're gonna let you know. They're gonna let you know in really strange ways. But in this case, in the Desmond kid's case, I think it's like the parents like pushing this, like this. He lived in this shit, and the parents like it, so he thinks he has to like it. But who knows? He probably is. Who knows? Like, he probably is like this, and probably does genuinely like it. We don't know. But it's still, like, the kid's wearing makeup. He's got his fucking eyebrows shaved off. I don't agree with that shit. Kids wearing makeup and shit. I don't fucking agree with that. Not that fucking young. Hell no. Let me read the chat right quick. See if you guys are tired of this babbling. Sleepy Doodle says, nope, this year there was a documentary about a 9-year-old trans boy. Oh, well, finally, because it's usually, like, 90% of these fucking stories are about trans girls. Like almost always. Again, there was a video. I'm sure there are cases of, like, girls trying to be boys, but, like, it's almost always a boy wanting to be a girl. Like, almost always. Like I said, there's a couple of girls trying to be boys, but it's, like, on the whole, it's, like, boys trying to be girls. There's an entire documentary on either TLC or Net Geo channel about trans kids and these parents. Jesus Christ. Alice Valentine asked, how old is he? I think I heard he's 11. Like 10 or 11 years old. But yeah, let's get back to this because I've been babbling for too long.
A public figure, and I love your t-shirt. Thank you so much. Can you tell us a little bit more about what a drag kid does? We've learned about drag queens and drag kings on Queer Kid Stuff. We don't know what a drag kid does. A drag kid is a kid who does drag. Get it? Drag kid?
Yeah, you dumb fucking bear.
You know what drag is. That's when you dress up as a different gender that's exaggerated. Is that how you would describe drag? Yeah.
Yeah, like the kid wants to get out of there. Like he's antsy, he's fidgety. When kids get that way, they want out. They want to go somewhere else. He's not interested in this shit.
So, how did you start as a drag kid? Well, when my mom was watching the first episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, I stopped playing with my Thomas toys, and I decided...
What did I fucking tell you? Holy shit! And I was just guessing. Hang on, let me rewind that. Let's listen to that again. How did you get into drag, Desmond?
Yeah. So, how did you start as a drag kid? Well, when my mom was watching the first episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, I stopped playing with my Thomas toys, and I decided to join in, and that's when it started. And this was when I was 2. 2 years old?
Okay, so you cannot make a fucking decision like that at 2? What the fuck? I saw my mother watching RuPaul's Drag Race when I was 2 and made the conscious decision at 2 that I would start doing drag as well. Did his mother tell him that? See, my mother told me that I started reading when I was 3, but I don't fucking remember it. I don't remember reading at the age of 3. I mean, well, that's not entirely true. But how the fuck? So wait. At the age of 2, you made the conscious decision to become a drag kid, and like, cause keep in mind, like he said, he decided when he saw his mother watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and I was just fucking guessing that was what it was. But that's basically yeah, I knew it. I fucking knew it. Come on.
And how old are you now? 11,000 years old. 11,000 years old?
Has RuPaul's Drag Race been on the air for that fucking long? Hang on a second. That sounds like bullshit. Since he was 2. So that's like 9 years ago. God damn it. Oh, no. Just go to, Oh, wait. How long has this fucking show been on the air? Because that sounds kind of fakey. I might be wrong, though. I could be totally wrong. I mean, it's already on its 10th season, it looks like. But let me see. Oh, so it's been on the air since 2009. Okay, that is because I did not know the show was on for that long. Damn. All right, so that was 100% real.
You look really good. Thanks.
You look really good. Like the way the bear said that troubled me. You look really like. Should you really say that to children? Like the way you did.
Desmond is amazing. Why are you so amazing? Good question. Desmond is amazing as a drag kid who dresses up in dresses and an inspiration to many others. You are an inspiration to many others. You're an inspiration to me. Can you tell us specifically what kind of activism you do in the LGBTQ community? I go to protests. I go to the Pride Parade. I go to memorials.
Yeah, which are all things that is inappropriate for someone his age. Pride parades for obvious fucking reasons, like pride parades are sexual as hell. I mean, I fucking drove through one when I was a kid. Yeah, there were some dicks out. There was some bondage looking shit. Cause me and my parents had to drive through one once, and yeah, it's not a place for fucking children. It's not. And of course, protests, I mean, of course not. You shouldn't be in the middle of a fucking protest at the age of 11. Come on. These are battles that your parents are supposed to be fighting. Now you're supposed to be thinking about school. And staying your little ass at home and thinking about school. Fucking school.
We did an episode about the Pride Parade. Can you tell us about your experience at Pride? Well, I had a bunch of cameras following me, and I was with MAC Cosmetics. Which was very amazing. And I love it. Do you have any advice for young kids who might...
How did an 11-year-old get a deal with MAC Cosmetics? That's just... Like, MAC Cosmetics, what are you doing? Why are you sucking the life out of a fucking child? What are you doing? Because you remember, like, the whole hypocrisy behind this is the hypocrisy around this is fucking astounding because people will scoff at girls in beauty pageants. People will scoff at the whole beauty pageant thing, but like drag kids, they're not hurting anybody. That's not weird. You're traipsing around in fucking in makeup when you're too young and around an environment that's inherently fucking sexual. That's not fun. That's not fun. You're crazy. You're crazy. Like, yeah, both fucking industries are trash. Like, you're not supposed to fucking involve kids in this shit. Like, I have no problem with, like, drag by itself, but involving children is not cool. You know goddamn well that's not kosher. I have no problem with, like, drag by itself as long as, like, it's away from children. I have a problem with the drag kid thing and beauty pageant because it's all the same shit. You got kids. You are traipsing around in fucking makeup and clothes far too mature. And you, like I said, you're traipsing them around fucking adults. It's fucking weird. And using them to, and then using them, like the parents use them to live out a life that they can't live. It's the same fucking shit. Yeah, one is acceptable and one is not. It's fucking bullshit.
Advice I have to other drag kids is that they should be themselves and just work and just start with some lipstick or maybe chapstick. What's your favorite kind of makeup? Lipstick. Lipstick? I love your eyelashes also. Thank you. Are those hard to put on? No, thanks to a tool. A tool? Where you hold it and then boop, and then boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, look at him. Does he look like... I mean, look at the way he's playing with the blocks. Does he seem like someone mature enough to be an activist, to be an LGBT activist, to talk about serious fucking issues? Does he look like... He's fucking playing with blocks, for Christ's sake. Like, willingly. Like, he looked at him like, oh, what am I... He was eyeing him the whole fucking time. The whole interview. He was eyeing these blocks. Like, when am I gonna get to play with the blocks? Because let's be real, he just wants to play with blocks. And he just wants to relate to his shitty fucking parents. And that's why he's doing this. It has nothing to do... He doesn't care about this shit. He's a child. The whole time he wanted out. He was looking around at the exits like, oh, fuck this. This is not a part of my life script.
Desmond, what is your favorite thing to wear as a drag kid? My favorite thing to wear as a drag kid is some platforms. Platforms? Platform what? Platform shoes! You can have platform shoes? Be yourself always, no matter what anyone's says, and pay the haters no mind, because you'll never be as serious as you and I. Amazing. Thank you so much for being on Queer Kid Stuff. Desmond is amazing. You're welcome. Woohoo! Thank you for watching Queer Kid Stuff. Remember to subscribe.
Don't thank me, bitch. Don't thank me.
Desmond is amazing. And subscribe to Desmond is amazing. And if you like what we do at Queer Kid
Wait, he has his own fucking channel? Oh my god, I'm not going there. Fuck that. Let's keep it on Queer Kid Stuff. I'm not going there.
Stuff, like these amazing people.
Oh, wait, that's the other thing. If, like I said before, that's just... No. I'm sorry. You cannot be against pageants and be for this. I'm sorry. That's fucking hypocritical as shit. If you don't denounce both, we got a problem. Because it's the same shit. It's the same goddamn thing. Okay, what's a spectrum? Jesus. We got more Queer Kid stuff.
Hey everyone, before the video starts for today, I just wanted to make sure you all know that we're running a Kickstarter for our next 2 seasons of episodes. You can see the link below.
Why? All you do is sit in a fucking room with chairs talking about bullshit. Why do you need a Kickstarter for that? Unless you're gonna move to a bigger and better studio. But she said like, oh, we have a Kickstarter for the next 2 seasons. Okay, like, but I'm saying like if I come back here and your shit's not flawless with that Kickstarter, like shit, yeah. I'm gonna be a little miffed. I'm gonna be a little miffed, Pat.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the episode. Hey there, friends. Welcome to Queer Kid Stuff. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Teddy.
Today we're talking about spectrums and gender.
All are part of one big family. Gaming's happy. Queer kid stuff.
Can we talk about how fucking weird what the gay means happy? It's almost like I'm manipulating you into saying you're gay. We need as many cohorts as possible.
You are enough here at Queer Kid Stuff. You ready, Teddy?
Ready. Lindsay.
Yes, Teddy?
Are we talking more about gender?
Yeah, Teddy, we are. I'm excited for
I swear to fucking God, she looks like it's Pat. Like if anybody who knows about like the early days of SNL knows what I'm talking about. Like that skit, It's Pat, and then they came out with that movie about the gender ambiguous character with the glasses. She looks exactly like that motherfucker. I can't let it go. I just can't because it's perfect. Like the character's gender ambiguous, and so well, she tries to be, but she's not really gender ambiguous. I can tell you're a girl.
first day because this episode brings together everything we've been learning about gender.
Everything?
Well, pretty much, yeah. Today we're talking about spectrums, specifically the gender spectrum.
That sounds cool.
The gender spectrum is pretty cool, and I brought another friend along to help us out.
Wait, Lindsay. I have another question.
Yes, Teddy?
Why are we in black and white?
Explain that, please. Yes.
Well, it has to do with what we're talking about today.
Oh, okay. But I missed
you, but it'll be back really soon, I promise. Let's bring on my friend AC.
I miss
and
the
we'll see
coloreds.
what I'm talking about. Hi, AC. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Teddy.
They look exactly the fucking same. And they don't see the irony in that, in the fact that they look exactly the fucking same. We're gender ambiguous because we wear Malcolm X glasses and have Nazi haircuts. Oh god. Like we have fades and we have Malcolm X glasses. That's what makes us gender ambiguous. Oh god. It's so try hard and so low expectation at the same time. It's like you can't even oh god. It's just so lame. Lame.
I heard you might have some questions for me.
Yes, yes, yes. What are your pronouns and how do you identify?
I use they, them pronouns.
That's just like me and Lindsay.
And I identify as non-binary.
Thanks for coming along.
Wait a minute. Did they say the bear is they them? Wait a minute.
Them pronouns.
That's just like me and
Hang on,
Lindsay.
hang on.
Do you identify?
I use they, them pronouns.
That's just like me and Lindsay.
And
Why is the fucking bear non-binary? It's a fucking bear. Oh.
I identify as non-binary.
Thanks for coming along. Think you can define what a spectrum is for us?
Sure. But we should go over a few things first.
Oh, well, maybe Teddy can actually help us out with that. Teddy, do you remember all the stuff we've talked about gender?
I think so. Is this a test?
Oh, no, Teddy. We'll totally help you out if you need it. There's a lot to know about gender. Do you remember what non-binary and binary mean?
Oh, we just learned about this. Binary is boy and girl, and non-binary is in between.
That's right. The gender binary is just boys and girls. And non-binary gender
Yeah, but you can't be in between though. That's not a thing. That is not a real thing. Like, because this is how they do it. Like, I have the body of a girl, but I dress like a man. That makes me non-binary. And it's like, no, that's not what that is. You're just a girl who dresses like a guy. You're androgynous. Just call it what it is. It's androgyny. And that's not a fucking gender. It's just a way of dressing. It's a style, you jackass.
is when you aren't just boy or girl. You're somewhere outside of or in between boy and girl.
Yeah, I got it.
Good job, Teddy.
Yeah, bitch, I got it.
Putting these two ideas together.
But, how?
Well, Teddy, I think it'll actually be easier to understand if we just show you.
If you're looking at binary gender, it seems pretty black and white. Either
Doesn't matter if you're black or white. You'll never be a third gender. You'll never be a third gender.
boy or girl. But we know that's not true. Gender isn't only black and white. The
Yeah, it
community
is.
Where there is a spectrum, a whole color spectrum in between black and white. Just like there is gender outside of and in between.
Gender is not like fucking color. Stop it. Ugh. Not like how there's dark-skinned black people and light-skinned black people. There is no such thing as like, I don't know, like big pussy women and small pussy women. Like the smaller the pussy, the more manly she is. Like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Like the smaller the vagina, the more close to a man I am. So that's how ridiculous. That's what happens when you you plop out this ridiculous shit, because then people leave it up to their imaginations and then start making fun of you because it just sounds so fucking ridiculous.
Boy and girl. And there you have it. That's a spectrum. We just made one.
Whoa! We're back in color, just like you said.
Yep, gender is way cooler when you can see all of its colors. Does this stuff about spectrums make sense now, Teddy?
Yeah, I think so.
Want to see where I am on the gender
It doesn't.
spectrum?
Yes, yes, yes.
Teddy's brain is nothing but cotton. He doesn't understand anything.
There. That's me.
Oh,
Of course she's yellow. y'all wrong putting the yellow chick on yellow. Y'all wrong. Y'all fucking wrong for that. What? The yellow bitches on yellow. Oh god. That's just wrong. I just want to look at it for a minute. They put the Asian chick on yellow. That's just wrong.
That's me.
Maybe I'm there or there?
That's okay, Teddy. Maybe you don't know yet, or maybe it changes for you, or maybe you're in multiple places. The sky's the limit.
Gender spectrums are fun.
Thanks so much for helping us out today, AC.
Thanks for having me, Lindsay.
It's okay that you don't know. Oh shit. God damn it. It's okay that you don't know your own fucking body by now, even though you're an adult. Oh. What the fuck? See, that's what I'm saying. You should, like, your gender is fucking simple. You're like, your body is simple. Like, as soon as you go to a doctor and find the shit out, it's pretty simple. Like, how you feel and your body and how they mesh, like, you should know that. Like, it's common fucking knowledge. The fact that you're an adult and you still don't know, I think has more to do with you than your gender.
Now, grab a piece of paper and some crayons just like us and make your own gender spectrum. And we've got brand new videos coming at you every other Wednesday. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like the Facebook page, and donate to our Patreon page, like our pop.
Okay, so, god damn it. I was trying to pause it and I accidentally clicked something. Okay. So that means someone's hand is wrapped around, like, someone's arm is wrapped around this chick trying to get up to Teddy's ass. So it's basically some kind of, like, creepy reach around thing between the fucking Teddy and this chick. Oh, God. I'm still tripping on the fact that they put the Asian chick on yellow. Oh, God. Okay. Let's find something else. Jesus Christ. That made me laugh. Happy Mother's Day, a queer kid stuff sing along. Oh my god. Ugh. I'm tempted to click on it. Like there's so much bullshit. There's so much bullshit, and it's hard to choose which one. Gender is confusing. No, only for you. But oh right, I forgot. Like a year ago, they did a video with Riley Dennis. Let's look at the song first because it's shorter. Let's get it out the way. And then I'll go to the Riley Dennis video.
Hey there, welcome to Queer Kid Stuff. I'm Lindsay. And I'm Deanna. I'm Lindsay's mom. And today we're celebrating
I'm being held hostage by my disappointment of a child.
Day you are celebrating today. And we want to sing a very special song for you. Ready? Yep. All right. It's okay to begin.
And of course, it's the same fucking song that she plays in the introduction of her videos. And you know the mother is so fucking disappointed that she had to put her music career on hold to raise this sack of shit. Only to come to find out that she would grow up to be a gender-confused twat who plays a ukulele. I know she is just so done. She's being emotionally held hostage by this child who can't even play a real fucking instrument. It's okay to play an actual fucking guitar. Take the hint.
We are different in many ways. Doesn't matter if you're a boy, girl, or somewhere in between. We all are part of one big family. Baby, it's happy.
Or it used to before I plopped you out of my pussy. God.
You are enough. You're Queer Kid Stuff.
Oh, that.
Thank you so much for watching Queer Kid Stuff. We are running a Kickstarter campaign to fund our last 2 seasons of episodes.
All the likes and
You can
the
check out
likes and
the
dislikes are
episode
disabled,
support
and
page.
so are the
Share the link.
comments.
That would be really, really awesome and help us meet our goal. and we want to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day and Family Day and Parent Day, whatever day you're celebrating.
Oh, shut up and just say Mother's Day, goddammit. Alright, let's go to the one with Riley Dennis, because, yeah, they have not been putting out videos that regularly. Because I remember that Riley Dennis video, and it was like a year ago. I remember seeing it before. I just never. Well, I think this was before I was. No, this was no. Fuck. This was. I just didn't give a shit about this video on the whole. But now let's take a little look at it.
Hey there, welcome to Queer Kid Stuff.
Holy Christ! Look how mannish Riley used to look. God damn. He looks like a more masculine Jared Leto.
And I'm Riley.
And we're on the Playdate at VidCon.
And you actually, between two adults, you actually call it a fucking playdate? That's not weird.
You are enough here at Queer Kid Stuff. Alright, so we're gonna play a game of Jenga together. And the way that it works is we'll be playing Jenga like you normally play Jenga, but there are questions on some of the tiles, and if I get a question, if I pull a question tile, I'll ask Riley the question.
Oh, let me guess. It's gender Jenga?
And if Riley gets a question tile, she'll ask me. Awesome. Cool. So you want to go first?
Yeah,
Or
sure.
wait, I have some tests.
Okay.
I have some tester questions for you. Okay. Okay. What are your pronouns?
He used to carry himself like such a fucking dude back then. This is why. No, forget it. I'm not gonna say that. Let's just keep going.
My pronouns are she, her.
And how do you identify?
I identify as just queer, as a queer girl.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Let's get started. Okay.
Okay.
What did you eat for lunch?
I haven't eaten lunch yet. That's bad. I would like lunch. I'm pretty hungry.
What would you eat for lunch?
Yeah, you look like it.
Oh, ooh. So many options. I want mac and cheese.
Ooh.
I'm craving mac and cheese.
Good call. Like the oven done kind?
You ever get the sense that these people who roll in these circles really just fucking hate each other? Like they don't even like each other. That's how bad they are. That's how fucking irritating they are. That they don't even fucking appreciate each other. They can't even hold a regular conversation. No personality has been shown so far.
With like the bread on it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Okay.
All right. Best Halloween costume.
Ooh, when I was like really little, my mom made me a DIY astronaut costume. It was really, really good. She like spent a lot of time on it.
Yeah.
It was really good. I'll see if I can find a picture of that. I'll put it right there.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
My mom couldn't find the picture. My mom couldn't find the picture because she burned it. She's trying to let go of the old me. There's no use in holding on. I'm not gonna sit around waiting for the child who used to be.
Okay, we're not gonna do that one. Nope. 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 Ooh, there we go.
There she is.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
Ooh, when I was really, really young, I wanted to be an architect.
Ooh, that's a good one.
For a while, and then I decided that wasn't something I was actually interested in, and ended up going in a different path. But
Yeah.
for a while, it was
Clearly.
architect. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Okay, Julian Gonzalez says he can't hear the video. I just turned it up all the way, like as far as I can get it. Oh, and Degeneration Nation says Dakota came out with another. Yeah, I know. I saw that. Ugh. Yeah, I saw the video Bearing did on it. Ugh. I almost want to do it, but I don't fucking know. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else has trouble hearing the video. Like I said, I have it turned all the way up. It's mostly because you can barely hear the volume in the video in itself isn't that good anyway, because you can barely hear what any of them is saying because of all the background noise.
my turn. All right.
We're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Blank.
Blank.
Wobbly
Wah,
wobble.
wah. Pressure's on.
Yeah, see, this video fucking sucks. That's why you can't hear anything, because the volume in the video is shit. Shit. Yeah, you know what? I think I might take Degeneration Nation's, might take his suggestion and just go to that decoded video. Oh, God. Toxic masculinity. Because a lot of people are complaining that they can't hear the other video, so fuck it. Is that it? It can't be it. Because it's a new video. Fuck.
Today's episode Decoded has
Bleh. Okay, where the fuck is this video? Ah, the whole... Right, okay. And look at the like-dislike ratio. Only 334 likes opposed to nearly 3,000 dislikes. God damn it. Play, damn you, play. Fuck.
Two guys holding hands. What do you think is going on? Your answer will not surprise me.
Yeah, because most normal people assume that two guys holding hands are a gay couple and that there's nothing wrong with that. But of course, you have to find something negative about that. Like, even in the times when we're most tolerant of gay people, you would still find a fucking problem with it.
Look, there are lots of reasons to not hold hands. Maybe you have a cold, maybe your palms are sweaty, maybe your fingers are coated in a slimy layer of Cheeto dust that you tried licking off but then turned into an orange paste that's stuck under...
Please stop fucking doing this. Alright? You're not relatable because your complaints are just non-human-like. You cannot relate to any human being ever. So just stop it with the freaking long-winded... Oh my god, the cheese is like Cheetos because I eat Cheetos and like...
Nails. Been there. But there are a few totally bogus reasons that have straight cis dudes freaked out everywhere at the idea of physical contact with another man. So we won't call it mansplaining, but I have found the...
This is not a straight dude thing. I wouldn't hold literally anyone's hand unless I was fucking him. I'm sorry. I don't even hold my mother's hand because I just don't fucking like it. I don't like it. Some people just don't like that shit, period. Kind of, just accept that and just kind of get the fuck over it.
Straight cis dude to help explain. Hey there, Kenny. Touched any dudes lately?
So many, Francesca. Somehow.
Yeah, I know. Especially with that cockeye. I don't even know what one has to do with the other. I just said it because he's cockeye. Like, his one eye is off looking at the set manager, and one eye is looking directly at the camera. Oh god, it was just so distracting. Like, he's touching so many guys because he thinks he's looking at girls because his eyes are all over the fucking place.
I'm still straight. Look, showing affection, friendship, and familiarity through touch is perfectly normal. And it's actually instinctive. One of our first impulses as dumb little babies is to hold stuff. It's so instinctive there's actually a name for it. It's the Palmer grasp.
Yeah, just keep compare adults to children. Because that's always, that's not a false equivalence at all. You should be fine with holding shit because we hold shit when we're babies. Like, we indiscriminately hold things when we're babies, so you should be fine with it as an adult. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're such a dumbass.
Reflex. It's a reaction in human babies and many other mammals, prompting them to grab an object, like a finger, in response to its touch. That's right. Even in a state where our skulls are mushy and we're liable to crap ourselves, we still understand that touch is natural.
No, babies like to touch everything because like they don't know anything about personal what was it, like personal space yet, because they're fucking babies, like, you jackass. And why the fuck do you look like Niles from Frasier with a with a goat ball hair beard? What the fuck?
It isn't always romantic, but at some point, middle school, non-sexual touch between men gets stigmatized. And a lot of it comes down to the absurd social norms we impose on young men called toxic masculinity.
No, bitch. Sometimes, like, when we see someone as just a friend, we're not gonna hold their fucking hand. Like, it's fine. Actually, I've never seen, like, two girls who were friends holding hands either. To be perfectly fucking honest. I've seen two girls who were friends hug. I've seen two boys. I've seen boys hug. There's something about just holding hands people just don't fucking like. Because I've seen boys hug all the time. Like, during basketball games, like after basketball games, after they win, they all hug each other. Like, yeah, they all do like the group hug shit. Touch is perfectly fine for men. It's just something about holding hands. It's just too intimate. It's too weird. A lot of people feel that way, not just dudes. Like, fucking stop it. Stop trying to shoehorn toxic masculinity into every fucking thing men do. Like, stop it.
No, toxic masculinity is not a new energy drink.
But before we go
Hilarious.
any further, let's just point out that toxic masculinity doesn't mean that men are inherently bad or toxic. It's the idea that
No, it just means that if they act manly, it's obviously because of some social stigma and not because that they actually fucking act that way. Which means you're still blaming maleness in general. Like, you're still labeling maleness in general as toxic masculinity. Like, you're not fucking slick.
ultra expectations and restrictions on what constitutes masculinity or a real man can be extremely damaging.
Toxic masculinity, because holding back
Fuck you.
your emotions requires energy. While not every man buys into these cultural expectations, almost every man in this country has been affected by them. Or when was the last time you just went up to your boy and you were like, yo, let's hold hands, mother. He was like, hell yeah, my dude.
Never, because that would be fucking weird. It's weird. Holding people's hands at random is weird. I will easily hug someone, like, during some emotional fucking moment. And I know men who would do the same fucking thing. Like, I know men who hug all the goddamn time. But something about holding hands, like, it's fucking weird. When you become, like, an adult, that shit no longer, like, in most cases, it becomes something that you just steer clear from. Like, yeah, a couple will hold hands, like a gay couple, straight couple, whatever, they'll hold hands. But just with your friends, like, it's fucking weird. It's weird.
Funny is that our reluctance to hold hands is because it's gay or feminine. And that assumes that there's something wrong with men being gay or feminine. There's not.
The idea that straight men holding hands is inherently gay reached a fever pitch not so long ago during the height of a boy band you might have heard of called One Direction. Two of the band's members, Louis Tomlinson and Harry Styles, were known for their close friendship. They were frequently photographed hugging, holding hands, and even kissing. Fans obsessed over their connection to the point where a rumor started that the two might be in a romantic relationship.
Oh, yeah, and, I'm sorry, was that men that spread that rumor? No, it was fucking teenage girls who were fucking obsessed with them fucking each other. That's what it was. That's what it was. Like, it was fucking teenage girls who got wet over the fact that two attractive boys from their favorite boy band looked kind of gay and looked like they could possibly fuck each other. That's what it was. It had nothing to do with toxic masculinity or outside or men from the who aren't even fucking fans of these two people coming in like, oh, what, no big faggots holding hands and shit. Just two big old faggots. It had nothing to fucking do with it. These are teenage girls who spread that shit around because they liked the idea of two hot guys fucking each other. That's what it was. It had nothing to do. Like, you think straight men are going around worrying about what fucking One Direction is doing? Oh, God. Loosen your braids, sweetheart.
The thing is, despite the massive amount of shipping fan fiction that I'm sure was probably written, they were not romantically connected. They both said so many times. The thing is, fans wouldn't let up. They even created a name for this supposedly gay couple. Larry. Really, that's it? That is so basic. The band has since broken up, but in 2017, Louis Tomlinson confirmed that his friendship with Styles was changed by fans' insistence that their friendly affection made them gay. He told them,
which had nothing to do with toxic masculinity and everything to do with being uncomfortable with being thirsted after by a bunch of horny fucking girls who were obsessed with their relationship. You would not be fucking saying this about toxic fucking anything if it was two women who were like who distanced themselves from each other because men were like were hounding after their fucking relationship and were imagining them fucking each other. You would not be saying that it was toxic femininity that broke them up. That's the thing. That's why toxic masculinity is fucking bullshit, because no way in hell you would apply this to females. You would never say there was any such thing as toxic femininity. Oh my God. You're so full of fucking shit. That's not what broke them up. Like, they're supposed to be perfectly fucking okay with teenage girls, like, harassing them on Twitter about them fucking each other? No! They're not gonna be okay with that. They felt weirded out and they were like, you know what? This needs to end. Like, I think our friendship, like, we gotta distance ourselves from each other because these fucking fans are out of control. But of course, she doesn't even fucking acknowledge for a second that the female fan, these female fans, these crazed female fans, might have been the problem. No, it's a toxic masculinity. It's a menace. That's what made them break up.
17 magazine, it created this atmosphere between the two of us where everyone was looking into everything we did. It made everything a little bit more unapproachable. And I don't believe I'm gonna say this, but how dare you do that to One Direction? Directioners don't come for me.
What might seem like an insensitive homophobic joke, that's so gay, or you guys are so gay for each other, is actually an insidious way of policing masculinity. A study with over 19,000 participants.
You know, realize they do say that about girls too, and it's just a fucking joke to make fun of people. Oh, yo, you guys are so close. What are you, fucking gay? Like they're so, like, you're inseparable, and you guys come off like you're in a relationship. Are you gay? Oh my God! Not everything is about, oh, it's homophobia. It's just garden variety homophobia. Like I said before in that first video, like with Riley Davis video, just putting 100 on 10 for no fucking reason. Not everything is about some kind of bigotry. Sometimes shit is just a joke. Or just some flippant fucking remark. Let it go, you cockeyed bastard.
The University of Indiana showed that men who adhere to hypermasculine norms, such as the objectification of women, self-reliance...
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Did he just say self-reliance? Is a symptom of toxic masculine... Hold on.
Hypermasculine norms, such as the objectification of women, self-reliance, and repressing emotional expression...
What? This motherfucker says self-reliance is a symptom of hypermasculinity? Oh my... That is so telling. That is so telling. Oh my God. See, this one thing I missed... One thing I'm still like, yeah, now I remember. I did make a comment on Bearing's video about this, but I totally since then I totally forgot about this part. Oh my God, self-reliance. I want y'all to hear this. Self-reliance is a fucking symptom of hyper-masculinity. So it's this is under the assumption that the opposite of self-reliance is a part of like femininity, right? Is a feminine trait. Having to rely on other people is a feminine trait, because I have to fucking assume that. because of what you're saying now. What the fuck? Like, hey, fellas, if you have ever, if at any point, if you were a toddler and you learned how to take a shit, and if you got potty trained, that's just another tool in toxic masculinity. I'm sorry, but to free yourself from these social norms, you're gonna have to shit yourself every fucking day to atone for your sins. Shit your pants, fellas. Shit your pants. Drop that self-reliant shit. Like, don't ever cook for yourself. Don't ever dress yourself. Just be a puddle of shit on the floor, because if you do anything relying on your own self and not anyone else, you are a toxic, you are suffering from toxic masculinity. Oh God. This is so stupid. Okay, let's keep going.
Typically suffer from mental health issues, and these include depression and increased suicidal thoughts. And that study doesn't even...
And like you do realize that there are women who also repress their emotions. I know a couple of them. I think I'm kind of one of them sometimes. That's not a male thing. It's just a thing where sometimes you don't feel like being emotional. Oh God, I have the hiccups now. All right, hang on 1 second. I gotta get rid of it. Okay, I'm back.
Mention the poor guys that are bullied for not being hyper-masculine.
Guys are bullied for not being hyper. Oh my God, they're back! Fuck!
So let's be clear. Whether you adhere or not, toxic masculinity helps no one and makes us all sad and want to kill ourselves.
Look, just because you break out into hives, every time you see a football game, or every time you see a man more attractive and more masculine than you, fuck all the chicks that you'll never be able to fuck, does not mean that every other man who is like that, I mean, it doesn't mean every man on earth feels like you, or should be like you. Like, I know you're jealous of virile men, but god damn it, that doesn't mean every guy who is not like you is toxic, or it's just one step like it's just this condescension. It's like, oh, there's like, it's like in movies whenever there's like a rich playboy who gets all the pussies, like, oh, he must be so alone and sad. And it's like, no, motherfucker, he's not. He's not. You gotta tell yourself that because you don't want to approve of this person's lifestyle, or you're jealous of it. Like, basically, like, no, like when Clooney was unmarried and he was going around plowing everything that walked, he was not lonely. He was not suffering, okay? That's what you like to tell yourself. That's that fairy tale. You like to tell yourself, like, I'm so happy with people all up under me all the time. And me, like, just all up under people, like, being clingy with people. Like, yeah, that's so much better than kind of having to be alone and self-reliant every now and then. Get fucked.
Call me a radical, but maybe we should get rid of it? And this fear of holding hands is also pretty exclusively a Western phenomenon.
Samir Khalaf, a sociology professor in Lebanon, told the New York Times back in 2005 that holding hands is the warmest expression of affection between men in Arab culture. It's a sign of solidarity. And
yeah, so is beating your wife if she doesn't cover her face. Fuck you.
The same can be said for men in Latin American countries that often greet each other with a hug or a kiss on the cheek. Or in India, where men are often seen...
Men greet each other with hugs here too. What the fuck are you talking about?
...walking down the street holding hands. Or even in Uganda, where men demonstrating platonic physical affection is normal, despite being a country...
In all the brown countries, men don't have any toxic masculinity. the brown countries are so much more emotionally advanced than the mostly white country, because yeah. You're not fucking slick. Y'all really are not slick at all. And considering what happens in the Middle East and in Africa, and especially what happens to women, I don't think that you need to be lecturing us on what the men in those countries are like how much the men here need to be like them. I'm sorry, but don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not saying that all men in Africa or in the Middle East are violent monsters, but I'm saying like they're not doing well right now. Like there's still some shit that there's still some hurdles they need to get over in those countries. So, they still sometimes they don't treat women well out there. So don't fucking lecture men out here that they should act more like men in fucking third world countries, because we can write a whole fucking thesis about how that's bullshit.
With some of the harshest anti-LGBT laws in the African continent. America, land of the free, except not really free for a man to hold another man's hand.
They are free to do it. It's completely free to fucking do it. It's like most people, not just men, just don't fucking hold hands with anyone past the age of, not with anyone, but like not with anyone they're not fucking past the age of fucking 12. It just doesn't. It's weird. Sometimes it's just fucking weird.
It's just this, guys. That's all it is. We're not really asking you to touch wieners here, unless you want to, which of course is cool.
Like just because you want to fuck your straight virile friends doesn't mean everyone should hold hands. Like that's what this is. Like you really just want to get a little taste of Bruno's asshole. Like if I can't give him a rim job, I at least want him to hold my hand. I want him to stick his cock in my eye socket. I want him to skull fuck my eyes straight. I want him to skull fuck my eyes straight so badly.
Besides, holding hands feels good. It actually prompts your body to generate oxytocin, a neurotransmitter associated with feelings of trust and generosity, aka things that make you happy. So if we know touch is good and strict masculine social norms are bad, what should us guys do to change it? Well, here's some stuff. Start paying attention to when people are forcing their own ideas of gender onto you. Reject that. Watch out for things like gendered colors.
People don't fucking do that. Like, I rarely ever like come across anyone who's like, you shouldn't do that because you're a girl. You really shouldn't do that because you're a girl. And like the last time that happened was when I was a fucking kid. It's when kids because kids don't fucking know any better. It's the last time that someone lectured me on something gender related. Since then, like nobody fucking does that. It's rare that you ever come across someone who's like serious, like you shouldn't do that because you're this gender. It's rare that anyone gives that much of a shit on the street about what a stranger is doing.
Gendered toys, gendered sports, gendered careers. Because all these things do is create very narrow spaces for people to explore and be themselves.
In other words, pink is just a color. If you think it looks good on you, go for it. And
for one thing, I must have been the only one who was awake during the early 2000s, but rappers have been wearing pink. Like it became a fashion it became a popular fashion trend in the early 2000s for rappers to wear pink. I was around during that time. I know it happened. I think Fat Joe was on the fucking red carpet at maybe the MTV Video Awards, I believe, where he was wearing a pink button-up. Like there was a whole trend of men wearing pink, like rappers wear pink all the fucking time, and that's one of the most masculine fucking professions in America is being a rapper. It's like, so don't give me this bullshit. Oh, you can wear pink if you want. Like, no shit, bitch. No fucking shit.
Extra important if you're a parent. But if all of this sounds like a lot of work, there is one little thing you could do. The smallest of gestures.
Find another guy and hold his hand.
Like, honestly, stop. You're being way too aggressive about this. You fucking creep. Honestly, I just get the fucking urge to move his eye straight. Just, ugh. And let me read the chat right quick. God damn it. Yeah, Alice Valentine says Fat Joe. Fat Joe is a rapper. He made that song Lean Back, if you remember. Oh, and Andrew M. Shepard, like, wasn't that because they introduced that color into the prison system for convicts? I don't know the situation. I just know pink became popular in the rap community, or became accepted in the rap community, like, during, like, the late 90s, early 2000s. That's what I remember. And let's see. Usually incels blame women, but this guy blames men first. Yeah. Andrew, I'm sure it would help if he didn't have girly hair. I don't think he has girly hair. It's just because it's on his head. It's just, it's undesirable. This dude is beta as fuck. Yes, he is. Goddard Damberg says, Goddard Damerung said, being stoic is important, which is repressing emotions, basically. I would say being stoic is like repressing emotions. Really, I'm gonna say it that way. I would just say knowing when you need to express them, because I don't know, I just wouldn't word it that way. Self-reliance is so toxic. What are you, gay? Adam says, like, getting personally offended by gay jokes. What are you, gay? Travis Gibbons says the video is uber quiet. Was that? God damn, I don't know why. Like, it should be working. I have no idea why all the videos are quiet. Like, when I tested it, like, the audio was fine. So I don't know. God damn it. And Bri-Fi says holding hands isn't the same because you hold hands for a long time compared to hugging. Bite Dady says Bruno Mars wore pink from time to time. Yeah, him too. Check the audio of the video. I'm watching it from YouTube, so I can't really check the audio. Hang on a second. Nope. I have no fucking clue why everything's so, because everything's loud where I am, so I have no idea why, like, because it should be picked up from my mic and from the browser, so I have no idea why it's low for certain people. Well, Bite Dady says I must have good hearing because I can hear the audio clearly. Like, because most people hear it clearly and then other people don't hear it at all. I don't know. All right.
It'll probably be weird at first, okay? But I promise, if you're attracted to women, holding another dude's hand is not going to change that. And after you get over breaking the social taboo, it'll actually feel nice. It might even make you healthier. And if that's too much,
it might make you want to fuck a really skinny, blonde guy with a cockeyed. Just saying. Like, some people just don't like holding hands. Let it go.
I get it. You might want to build up to it, alright? Maybe start out with one of those bro dude armor.
Why is he so fucking aggressive about this shit? People don't want to hold your fucking hand, dude. Because he looks like he's got one of those hands, one of those, like, he's one of those guys who don't wash his hands when he leaves the bathroom. Like, I can understand why no one would want to hold your hand.
On the shoulder things, you know? Maybe try giving your bro a hug without having to slap the feminine energy out of him so hard that you leave marks on his back.
So who fucking cares? Like, see, oh, no. You can't just hug the person. You really gotta hug them. You gotta touch the tips of your dick. You can't pat their back because, yeah, no one else, no women don't pat anyone's back when they hug. God, what the fuck? Like, where do y'all get this shit from? Oh yeah, Andrew Shep, like, did you just blow your nose? Like, yeah, I did. Yeah, your boy Easy says he can hear the video fine. Like, I think sometimes people just have really low. They just have really low volume on their laptops or their computers. So, because I used to have that problem too. I can barely hear shit. I would just use headphones most of the time.
Maybe even just give a fist pound if you're a starter and just hold it there for a minute. Let your knuckles really absorb each other's oxytocin. Whatever you gotta do, alright? Back to you, Francesca.
Thanks, Kenny. Now that we've squashed some homophobic ideas about intimacy and shown just how much toxic masculinity can deprive us of literally life-saving interactions, the rest is up to you. Finding little ways to affirm and support each other doesn't make a guy any less manly, but it could make you and the people you love a lot happier. Thanks for watching, and thanks again to Kenny DeForest, and we'll see you next time right here on Decoded.
Yeah, that sucked. So... Oh my god, 5 phrases disabled people are tired of. Okay, I just gotta go back. Hang on, let's see. Reason school dress codes are sexist? No. Can you choose your own pronouns? No. Hollywood misrepresents the working class. Colorism in the Latinx community. Oh, God. No. Are Mexican taking our jobs? No. Will multiracial kids end racism? Why do people say axe instead of ask? Oh, God. How to stop victim blaming? What's a real? Let's watch this. Let's watch a fucking another one about toxic masculinity, shall we? The fuck?
When you see two guys holding hands, what do you think?
Again with this holding hands bullshit.
Going on? Your answer will not surprise me.
Wait a minute. This is the same. Is this the same fucking video? Hold up.
Hey there, Kenny. Touched any dudes lately?
So many.
This is the same fucking... They uploaded this twice. They uploaded this last year in June. Oh my god, I even commented on this shit! There's my comment right there! They uploaded this fucking video twice! Why the fuck would they do that? So remember guys, if you're traditionally masculine, like beard sex, you're perpetuating toxic male ideas, and you need to stop. Men who prostrate themselves for identity politics and female approval, those are real men. Fuck this video. Oh my god, they uploaded this a year ago, and they re-uploaded it. What the fuck? Why would they do that? And this is supposed to be a new season of the show. They are so fucking... Oh my god, that's cheating! Ain't no fucking reruns on the internet! They re-uploaded the same video. Oh my god. 5 excuses for slavery. I don't know anyone who advocates for slavery. I think we might take a little look at that. But I'm still tripping on the fact that why would they re-upload that? And this is supposed to be like a new season quotation marks of their show. and they re-uploaded the same goddamn video. Oh my god, that's lazy. And wasn't this bitch supposed to have her own show at one point? That's lazy as hell. Now, I've re-uploaded shit, but I'm not calling my fucking channel like an actual TV channel with shows. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, what was I gonna choose again? Oh yeah, 5 excuses for slavery that need to stop. Like, what? I don't know anyone who fucking advocates for slavery.
Why do people still make excuses for slavery? I think we know the answer. We talk about race a lot on this show, but thanks to our current election cycle, apparently we have to go back to the beginning to shed some light on the myths people use to justify slavery. Never thought I'd have to say that. Excuse number 1. Slaves were well fed, aka the Bill O'Reilly defense. Michelle Obama took a moment during her epic DNC speech to remind everyone that the first family wakes up in a house built by slaves every day, which succinctly drove home the point of how far we've come when it comes to race in America. She also unknowingly cleared the stage for Fox News host and human fart bag Bill O'Reilly to defend slavery. He said that the slaves who helped build the White House were housed and well fed. This argument is similar to some masters treated their slaves well, or being a house slave wasn't so bad. But here's the thing. This argument is immaterial, as in
how much you want to bet, like, that's the only example she fucking has, is fucking Bill O'Reilly. People are making excuses for slaves like Bill O'Reilly. Does he really count as a fucking person anymore?
Doesn't matter. These people were stolen from their homes and families and enslaved. If aliens abducted your
I wouldn't be surprised if she was completely exaggerating what he said, or I don't know, just fucking damn near flat out lied. I wouldn't be surprised, because they need content. I mean, they're already re-uploading fucking videos.
Mother, sister, and favorite uncle and stuck a feeding tube down their throats while forcing them to build their emperor's house. Would you think, well, at least the aliens fed my family? I don't think so. Excuse number 2. Slaves were happy to have work. Look, you wouldn't forgo a day's pay just because your boss brought in some cupcakes, but you want
Oh yeah, okay, so who said it? You don't have any fucking examples for this one?
me to believe that slaves were thankful for the racist undermining of their body, mind, and soul? Newsflash, although you might hate your job, slavery isn't employment. It wasn't voluntary, and it has no comparison.
Okay, so basically, you are, basically you're basing this entire video subject off of one thing Bill O'Reilly said. Because I have never heard people say any of that shit, except for the Bill O'Reilly thing that you just said. But this thing right here, never heard anyone say that. And if they do, it's usually like the most racist fucking asshole you will ever come across. I've never heard anyone normal say this.
Working at a job, being forcibly taken from your home, put in shackles on a disease-infested ship, and forced to do hard labor from sunrise to sunset is not the same thing as clocking in at Starbucks, okay? Employment is a voluntary position that results in a negotiated paycheck that you can use however you want. Slavery is forced labor. You have no autonomy, no pay, and are subjected to unspeakable violence at the hands of people who undermine and devalue your basic humanity. Excuse number 3. Well, America wasn't the only country that had slavery.
That's not really an excuse. We're just explaining to you that America is not the mecca of fucking slavery. Like, that shit was spread out. That we weren't only, like, because a lot of people, a lot of activists like to pretend like America invented fucking slavery when it was really spread out between many, many countries. And that were some tribes were selling their own fucking people to these fucking settlers and these fucking slave drivers. But you don't want to fucking talk about that shit. It's not an excuse for slavery. Oh my god. It's not an excuse for slavery. People are just trying to fucking explain to your thick ass that slavery is not an exclusively an American thing. You moron.
It's historically 100% correct that many different types of people have been enslaved all over the world. Brazil, for example, has a heinous history of slavery, and the majority of Africans in the transatlantic slave trade were sent there. But that doesn't mean you can excuse American slavery by comparison. Even if
No one tries to fucking excuse it by saying that. Once again, I have to say, like, loosen your braids, sweetheart.
slavery was common practice when America was doing it, it doesn't make it right. Slavery is bad, and it was always bad, everywhere, no matter who's doing it.
Yeah, she got pissed off by one fucking thing Bill O'Reilly said, and now she made a whole video, because that's normally how fucking NPCs and social justice warriors work. They know they don't have shit to complain about in this country, barely fucking anything, and they just take one little tiny thing and blow it the fuck up.
Excuse number 4. Well, the Irish in America were slaves too. No, they were not. We actually already covered this. Take a look. And high five to us for having so much foresight. We knew y'all would try to use this one again. Class, let's say this one together. Persecution is bad, but not the same as slavery. Excuse number 5. Africans sold their own people into slavery.
Are there any fucking people who know about how the Irish were treated in America who can debunk that shit? Because I don't think they were like slaves, but they were not treated well when it came to working here.
Historically true, but that doesn't absolve European and American slavery or make it okay. It just means that West Africans also have a history to reckon with, just like us, and every modern celebrity that thinks blackface is a joke. And look, all of this is kind of weird considering that most families living in America today immigrated here after slavery was made illegal, and even when it was legal, only a tiny percentage of people ever owned slaves. So why does anyone still try and excuse or downplay slavery?
It's not downplaying. It's explaining to your thick ass that you make slavery into like white, black, American thing. And they try to fucking explain to you that it wasn't that. But you're conflating explaining with excusing, like you dumb motherfucker.
Some theories and they cut pretty deep. Many of our founding fathers and the people most likely to have had the means to own slaves are mythologized as great and pure leaders, and admitting the horribleness of slavery means admitting that white supremacy was an important part of our nation's origin.
No, that's not how that works. Yeah, they owned fucking slaves and shit, but yeah, it's just how it fucking was back then. It sucks, but that doesn't mean they were all KKK members. That's not how that works. Things are a lot more gray than black and white, you dumbass. Like, yeah, it wasn't right. It's not good to own slaves, duh. And they fucking knew that. Well, not all of them. A couple of them did. I think even, I think Abraham Lincoln had slaves before he had to emancipate them. Fuck. But, like, yeah, this just because they own slaves doesn't magically mean what they did as presidents is completely invalid. It's not how that, like I said, it's not how that works.
150 years ago, it informed the next 150 years of systemic racism and inequality that still plagues us today. The blatant forms of racism we still see today, from disenfranchising black voters to police brutality, are rooted in the fact that people were brought here against their will and treated like they were subhuman. But our country has never really reckoned with it. We have a Holocaust museum in Washington, D.C. because the world forced Germany to answer for the atrocities that they subjected Jewish people to and millions of other ethnic groups during World War II, and it serves as a permanent reminder of that fact. Meanwhile, we don't have a national museum dedicated to exploring slavery because America keeps trying to sweep it under the proverbial rug.
We don't have our own fucking museum like the Jews do. Like, is this always going to be a fucking competition? Like, with social justice warriors, there's always a competition between blacks and Jews. Like, why come they got money? How come we didn't get money? They got a museum. How come we didn't get a museum? Because everyone fucking talks about, like, people learn about slavery in schools. it's still in museums. Just because you don't have one fucking museum dedicated to it doesn't mean they're not taking it fucking seriously. But we gotta have our own museum. We can have our own museum, otherwise they don't take it seriously.
And insist that generations of African Americans couldn't possibly be affected by slavery in the long term, even though the exact opposite is proven true. We can't keep ignoring and mythologizing.
So wait. Slavery is directly responsible for police brutality? How do you explain that? How does that fucking make sense?
Slavery just because facing it head on makes us feel bad. Part of the healing comes from facing it. The other part of the healing comes from turning off Bill O'Reilly, but that's a totally different video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time right here on Dakota.
Yeah, you were just pissed that Bill O'Reilly said some shit, and the rest you made up. All right, I think I'm gonna end it here, guys. 'Cause I think a lot of people are really, a lot of people are complaining about the audio. I don't know why. Because I've completely maxed out everything, and yeah. So I'm gonna stop here and pack it in for the night. Thanks for joining me, and yeah, thanks for listening to me ramble. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Good night. I'll see. I don't know when my next stream is gonna be. Like, I winged this one because I just wasn't planning on doing one today because I was doing my hair. Well, I'm prepping. I'm getting ready to do my hair. But yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna go. See you guys. Bye.